Do you want to love a fearful avoidant attachment style? The key to doing this, the secret key, is reassurance. Reassurance. Do you want them to fall in love with you? Reassurance. How would you feel if you lived, or a two-headed monster lived within you? It would drive you nuts because you wouldn't be just like driving down the same lane. You've got a fork in the road all the time. Do I go to the left? Do I go to the right? And guess what it's triggered by? Relationships, love. I was okay until you came in the picture. And now being in this dating situation with you is activating the disorganized attachment, because otherwise I'm a secure attachment. Now, some people are probably disorganized all the time, but some people only manifest it in their love relationships. They're fine with family dynamics and friendships and stuff like that. And now some people are more extreme and they display it everywhere. So that's a possibility. But the good thing about these attachment styles is there is healing available. It's much easier to heal from these than it is if you have an actual personality disorder like narcissistic personality disorder, which I wrote about. That is way harder to cure. These, they're curable. So that's the fun part for me. There's so much hope. Now, everybody might not need this level of reassurance. It might drive some people completely crazy and bonkers, and there's just not a need for that for me. I'm cool. But for a disorganized attachment style, like let's say if you have a purely avoidant attachment style, reassuring them might drive them bananas in some ways. But if you have a disorganized attachment style where you're functioning from two different lanes and you don't know which one is going to activate, the fearful, I'm running from or towards you, I'm being too clingy, or avoidant, I'm trying to get away from you, and sometimes it can happen at the same time. What would you need? You would need reassurance. You would need steady ground to walk on. These people are walking on a cracked earthquake ground that could split and at any moment. So if you can figure out how to give them reassurance, and if you are this style, what you need is reassurance. It can quiet the monster. It can quiet it down. That's what we need. They don't want to be triggered all the time. That feels horrible. But if they are with somebody who is so reassuring, it can quiet the monster. I hate when people give a word and you don't know what the heck that they mean. So reassure me. We're not going to assume in this video that you even know what the heck I'm talking about. And I don't want you to leave this video not knowing what I mean, exactly what I mean by reassure me. Because as if you are this style, you're probably like, what is it that I need? I know what the word reassurance means, but I need specifics. And if you're with somebody with this attachment style, you're going to be saying the same thing. I need some specifics. So we're going to break it on down. Just hang in here with me for a minute, and I'm going to do my best to reassure you. So individuals with a fearful avoidant attachment style often experience a strong need for reassurance in relationships, which is closely tied to a fear of abandonment. Yes, you can be afraid of people leaving you. Is it borderline personality disorder level fear of abandonment? No, but you may wonder, why am I freaking out so badly when I'm in a relationship? And I've experienced that. It feels level 10 horrible. It's super, super, super scary feeling, right? So, number one, mixed signals. Fearful avoidance may crave closeness and connection, but may simultaneously fear the vulnerability that comes with it. So this can lead to behaviors where they seek reassurance while also pushing their partners away. We want to get to the core of what's happening, right? Number 2, abandonment fears. This attachment style is rooted in a deep fear of being abandoned or left or rejected. Past experiences, often rooted in childhood, can contribute to this fear, making it challenging for them to trust others fully. So, yeah, they may not have fully developed borderline personality disorder like their parent may have developed, but they got enough of the residual to make a negative impact. So, number 3, inconsistent reassurance. They may frequently seek validation and reassurance from their partners to alleviate their anxiety about potential abandonment. However, if reassurance isn't consistent, it can exacerbate the fears, leading to feelings of insecurity. So if you think, hey, let me reassure you just this one day, but then you don't do it the next day, and they haven't gotten enough reassurance, that could be a problem because now it's going to lead to feelings of insecurity. So you might be like, look, I don't want to have to feed you and clothe you and like be in that deep with you that I got to do all that. No, it's just needing some reassurance. And I'll give you an example in just a minute. I'll give you a personal, I'm going to be vulnerable, which is what this attachment style needs to do instead of just hiding and trying to act like everything is okay because they don't understand their own internal dynamic and it's embarrassing. So I'm going to be vulnerable and I want you to practice being vulnerable too. Vulnerable means you share what you're feeling. You take some risk and you say, this is how I'm feeling right now. Number 4, response to stress. In stressful situations, a fearful avoidant may withdraw or react defensively. Oh my gosh. It's like thin-skinned, like, okay, what? Why are you getting upset with me? Why are you raising your voice at me? What did I say? What did I do? I just said, hey, do you want that piece of candy? I wasn't saying that you eat too much candy. So this style can also be super sensitive and get defensive a little bit too easily. So this can confuse their partners. Okay, so they may need reassurance during these times, but might also push their partners away out of fear of being hurt. Remember, you might not like what I'm saying, but we're trying to understand this person, whether it's you or somebody that you're dealing with. And number 5, cycle of anxiety. The constant need for reassurance can create a cycle of anxiety in relationships because they might feel that they need to continuously seek affirmation of their partner's feelings, which can be exhausting for both partners. So understanding this dynamic can help foster a more compassionate communication and support in relationships involving a fearful avoidant attachment style. A person may have enough of a secure attachment style that just giving them a little bit or every now and then, because it could go in cycles. I don't want to confuse you, but the more you reassure this person, the more of a steady foundation they start to feel. Because remember, they may have been with parents who they needed reassurance from at a young age. And so they've learned that I cannot fully depend on you. I can only depend on myself to be okay. That's what they're navigating. So they need to see from you. And remember, relationships are work. I hate using that word because it takes the freaking fun out of it. But relationships are work anyway. So if this person has real potential, then it might be worth it to give them the reassurance that they need so that you can get a deep level of love that you've always been craving. So if somebody keeps walking on a floor and there gets to be a spot where they fall through the floor, eventually they're not going to want to walk that floor anymore. I remember going shopping with a friend and she kept hitting my ankle with the basket. And then she would say, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And I kept walking in front of it thinking, okay, eventually she's going to stop hitting my ankle with that freaking basket. And it just had happened like 5 times. So you would think I would get my like beside her or behind her. And instead, I still kept walking in front of her, trying to lead the way. And but then I couldn't enjoy the shopping as much because I kept waiting to get hit with the basket. So I'm bracing myself for something that never came. Now, eventually, she figured out how not to hit me with the basket. And it took a couple of hours, but eventually I started to learn that she ain't hitting me with that basket no more. And so I can trust that that's over. But then every now and then, what do you think I would fear? She's going to hit my ankle with that basket, and that hurts. So that's all I'm saying is they want to know that they're not going to get hit with the basket. So they need to know that it's safe. They need to know that they're going to be able to walk on the floor and there's never going to be a hole where they fall through it. They need steady, stable, don't hit me with that basket. So how would you reassure someone that you're not going to keep hitting them with a basket? What would you do? You would tell them, hey, you know what? I know you've been hit with a basket by the other friend, but I'm not going to hit you with the basket because I'm going to walk beside you. We're going to make sure that this doesn't happen again. Don't walk in front of me. Walk beside me. Do you need me to hold your hand? Do you want to put your stuff in my basket so that you're not having to hold it all? You've got it all in your hands and I'm walking with a basket. So I have some security here. Can I share my security with you? My gosh, you've got on socks and I can see a little blood coming through because I hit you with the basket. Let me get a Band-Aid. Let me get some ointment. Let me get something and I'm going to help you with that bruise so that you can feel okay again. It might be a little sore for a while. It might hurt a little bit, but let me at least put a Band-Aid on it and give me your shopping list. I'm going to let you sit on the bench and guess what? You don't have to take this load on all by yourself like what you're used to doing when you're hurt. I'm going to finish your list. I'm going to go get your bananas, your oranges, your apples, your mangoes, and you're going to sit here and you're going to relax and trust that I can pick out some fruit that you will actually like. I'm not going to pick the ones with the bruises on them. I'm going to give you the shiniest, the prettiest, and just the fact that I'm alleviating some of your stress and I'm meeting your needs. I'm giving you what you want. That's going to help you feel how? You're going to feel so safe with this friend because maybe they did a little bumps and bruises, disorganized attachment style. People have to get to know you and what you like and what you want and what you need. So they might bump and bruise you a little bit. Give them a chance to show you that they are trustworthy. Because what often happens in this relationship dynamic is they get scared. And when they get scared, they're in anxiety. What do they do to alleviate the anxiety? They avoid, they run. That's why they're two things in one. Oh, here's some advice for somebody who has a fearful avoidant attachment style. Number 1, embrace patience. Relationships take time to develop. Allow feelings and trust to grow naturally without rushing or forcing outcomes. Number 2, trust yourself. Recognize your strengths and intuition. You have the ability to navigate emotions and make decisions that honor your feelings. Number 3, practice self-compassion. Be gentle with yourself. Understand that fears are part of the journey and it's okay to feel vulnerable. 4, open communication. Share your feelings and needs with your partner. Honest conversations can build trust and understanding. 5, focus on the present instead of worrying about the future or the past. Concentrate on enjoying the moment and the connection you have right now. 6, challenge negative thoughts. When fear arises, question it. Ask yourself if those fears are based on past experiences or the current reality. 7, allow vulnerability. Embrace vulnerability as a strength. Opening up can deepen connections and foster intimacy. So, by practicing these types of principles, you can cultivate a healthier relationship dynamic and allow love to unfold naturally. If you could go back in time, do you think reassuring somebody with this attachment style could have saved your relationship? And if you are a fearful, avoidant attachment style, do you think you need a lot of reassurance? When you give reassurance to these folks, then you calm down their nervous center. You might have to do it several times, but eventually they can learn to trust you. They can learn to relax and really enjoy the relationship. And I think you can get dynamic, interesting, intriguing love from these people because of course they're not one-noted. So they're going to be interesting to play with and have a little fun with. I have a lot of fun with, but you just got to get them out of the testing phase. They're not testing you to be mean or to be difficult. They just need reassurance. So you also take some risk. And I know you might feel like that ain't my job. I don't want to reassure you. But I'm telling you, if you want to get past the storm, into the sunshine and the beautiful light, give them the reassurance that they are craving. Show them you can trust me. I am holding your hand through this process. You are not alone. You don't have to figure it all out yourself. We're in this together. We are defining how we want our relationship to go. And it's okay to need somebody who is steady and sturdy and not all over the place, because that could drive you absolutely nuts. So if you need more help, check out my book, Flip the Script on Love. If the person is too difficult, it's probably a narcissist. So check out my book, The Workplace Narcissist, and you're going to learn some really incredible things about narcissists. You might think they're all bad, but there's some good components too. And also, I wrote a book about all the Myers-Briggs types because that helps me to feel more secure. Anything you can do to understand people better. If you are this attachment style, I would recommend you doing it, because then you know why people are behaving the way that they're behaving. And understanding the 16 Myers-Briggs types in my book, From ENFJ with Love, it could really be a game changer for you. So I love you guys. Thank you for going on this journey with me. Give me your thoughts in the comment section. Like the video, subscribe. This is a new journey that I'm taking, and I'm not sure how long. And I'm a little random with releasing them. So I want you to be able to get this good stuff as I figure it out. And if you disagree with me, tell me, because I don't know everything about this. I could be totally wrong. All right, you guys, have a good day. Bye.